Hey everyone, it's Roldy again. Sorry I haven't uploaded in a long time, but let's get into some Ultra League battles here. I don't know why I said that all weird, but I'm running Shadow Machamp, Talonflame, and the trusty Drifblim. I'm yet to be able to make a team without Drifblim. I keep making teams with Drifblim. I just love Drifblim. So this is an ABB line where I'm going to have to draw out, hopefully, the flyer counter. So let's get into these battles. I am now in the, I don't know, around close to 2400s now with this team. So this is a terrible lead. So I usually will switch right into Drifblim, force them out, see what comes out. They throw out an Empoleon, so I go straight Shadow Ball. The problem with going with Shadow Ball first is if they, I don't think you get to another move after. Where if you go Icy Wind first, oh, never mind. I had enough of an energy lead. Usually with the zero, with the even energy, you don't make it to another move. You end up dying first. But it's just worth going Shadow Ball. So they switch into Venusaur. I'm going to shield this for sure. And then switch immediately into Talonflame. Not immediately, because I'm assuming at this point I've gotten rid of their flying counter. Or at least I got rid of their water type as well. Um, So this is good. Nothing that Surfetch has will threaten Talonflame too much. So, oh, except for Brave Bird. So make sure to shield that. Let's see. And this should be a good game. At this point, I can probably... They concede. They would have been able to take me out there with Frenzy Plant. But, yeah, it was pretty much over. Machamp would have gotten to a cross chop, and that would have been enough. Let's get into the next battle. Another Venusaur lead. So I'm going to switch into Drifblim again, see what I can bait out, which is another water type slash flying counter. So this is not too bad. I just go straight Shadow Ball, do as much damage as I can. I don't want to waste any energy doing a Icy Wind. So they go straight Ice Beam. I'm just going to counter down. Might have to shield once. Gives me enough. Oh, I'm going to let it go. It's just a Surf. I'm gonna put all my shields into Talonflame, so they come in with a Togekiss, which is perfect. So now their entire backline is weak to Talonflame, and they decide, oh, I thought they were leaving. But at that point, it's pretty much dead set that I'm gonna win this, because with these boosted Incinerates, then oh, they got the boost. And I do remember this. This is actually a few days ago now, maybe 3 days ago that I recorded these battles. Uh, I do remember being like, damn it, that was the only lose condition. They got the boost, but thankfully still win. I was trying to switch into Machamp there at the end, but it didn't. I didn't need to. So next battle, another fellow legend. So let's see, Venusaur again. So many Venusaurs here. So again, Drifblim, Safe Swap. Gonna go straight Shadow Ball. With Charizard, you can go Icy Wind. It's still neutral, and it will debuff it. And then they usually, they'll shield. So sometimes I'll build up the Shadow Ball and I'll bait. They throw a Blast Burn, so that was a good call. I'm gonna go straight Shadow Ball at this point. They shield again. So what do I do? Do I go straight Icy? I could have gone for Icy Wind there, but because they are shields down at this point and going straight Shadow Ball, I'll be able to win. Um, and because I did block the one Blast Burn, so this is good. I actually can get to an Icy Wind. So this Drifblim is 100% Drifblim. It's level 42, I think, now that it's with the best Buddy boost. So that's as high as I can get it. I'm able to align now Talonflame with the Venusaur because they swapped out. I'm going to go straight for the Brave Bird because I cannot risk another Sludge Bomb coming through. And I should be able to hopefully get to another Brave Bird, which I do. Talonflame is just so fun to use. It's very tricky, but it is a fun Pokemon to use. That's also a Hundo Talonflame that I got on Community Day. So it's maxed out to level 50. And the Machamp actually has pretty good PvP IVs. It's like a rank, I don't know, like 30 or something like that. So the Talonflame lead, I don't know how to play that much aside from baiting because they usually will shield for sure. So I guess the what I should be doing here is probably mirroring with my own Talonflame. Because I don't want to lose my Machamp here. Because again, the whole goal is to bait out. Oh, never mind. Oh, their entire team was weak to Machamp in the back. Maybe they had an Obstagoon. There was still play there, but yeah, when you make a bad call like that, it could be demoralizing. All right, Toxicroak, terrible lead. I'm gonna switch into this time Talonflame because I want to hopefully match up my Drifblim with the Toxicroak in the back. So depending on the lead, I will swap into a different one, uh, if that makes sense. So Venusaur, I'll do Drifblim. Uh, Toxicroak, I'll do Talonflame. So again, I baited out the hardest counter to hopefully my flyer. Um, and now they're probably going to come in with. See, this is I should have gone for cross chop. Not sure why I went for rock slide, but that's fine. I got whatever's in the back is also a counter to my Drifblim. So at this point, I have to shield. I have no choice. Am I gonna be able to land another Shadow Ball? I mean, they have two shields, so there's no way. Maybe I'm gonna have to bait here, and hopefully they shield, and then land another bait, and just trying to kill time at this point. Oh, I'm able to get the Machamp in, perfect to catch the Surf. Yeah, let's see. I don't think this is gonna happen either way. I would have to land. I would have to Icy Wind and farm it all the way down and hopefully land the Shadow Ball. I'm gonna undercharge. That undercharge wasn't good enough. That was not good enough. Okay, undercharge I understand, but I definitely undercharged way too much. Terribly calculated there. So 4-1. I guess that was the play. I would have to get like a great. I would have farmed, maybe got 2 hexes and then Shadow Ball. I mean, the plan was there, but my undercharge was terrible. So Ampharos lead, again, this is where you want to see Ampharos because Ampharos counters my entire backline. So I don't want to make sure I lose this lead. Or at least get some shield, get it low enough. Let's see. I think I double shield here, yeah. Double shield and farm all the way down. They have 2 shields left. They come in with Gallade. So I should go into Talonflame. Yeah. Because Drifblim is a better counter to Gallade, but maybe I want to match them up in the back. They do not leave. And everything that Gallade has is also resisted except for the confusions. So whether this is a close combat, which it is, I think they're able to confusion down. I think I'm going to go in with... Okay. Oh, luckily the back line's also weak to Drifblim. Because their flying counter was actually in their lead, so it kind of worked out for me. Yeah, at this point, the Frenzy Plants are debuffed enough where it's not going to make a difference. I do want to preserve health on my Drifblim. As you can see, I was trying to sack swap into my Machamp because these... and am I able to? No, I'm not able to sack correctly, but nothing it has will be enough to take it out here, so 1 Hex will take it out. Oh, they have 2 Leaf Blades. Am I going to survive? Yes, but Hex is faster than Confusion, so I'm able to get that win there. That was close. They still had a shield there. That was close, even though like I took out their hardest counter, so it wasn't well played on my end. This is a great lead. What do they come in with? Politoed. Okay. I think I'm going to go in with Drifblim. I should probably get off a cross chop. Yeah, I'm going to get off a cross chop, trying to soften this thing up. Because again, I already have a counter to Abomasnow in the back. So I definitely am not going to switch my Talonflame into this thing. But I could switch my Drifblim, but I could decide to stay in with Machamp, which is also fine. Because again, I already have a hard counter to... As long as I keep that alignment, I have a hard counter to Abomasnow. And I switch immediately into Poliwrath. And I don't know if that was the right play. Maybe I should have let my Machamp go down to keep the alignment a little bit better. Because Drifblim actually does really well against Poliwrath. Even though like Icy Wind is... I mean, Ice Punch is super effective. But I did give up Switch there, so that's not good. But what I'm going to do is probably let my Drifblim go down here. and just start getting ahead on maybe an Incinerator or two. Yeah, it's one. Caught a Weather Ball, and they swap out. So at this point, I have to pretty much land a Brave Bird, but luckily, nothing that Poliwrath has is also super effective um, towards Talonflame. So let's see. I need them to shield this thing. Shield. There we go. Oh, they still have 2 shields, so it's not looking very good. I might lose this. I don't know what the win condition is anymore unless I can land a Brave Bird, which I need to get this last shield. Sack swap the Machamp. Can I get to the Brave Bird? I can. Wow. All right. That sack swap kind of saves me there. And luckily they swapped out too. They could have possibly shot down my Machamp. I don't know. Yeah, that was a close one. So good game there. Up against Dragon. Let's see how Machamp leads. I don't know how to play very well either, but luckily we both swap, and I swap into the right counter to the Venusaur. I'm gonna shield the first one because the Shadow Frenzy Plant is still gonna do a lot. A regular Frenzy Plant still does a lot, even though it's resisted. I can only imagine the Shadow. So at this point, I can probably farm down. I'm gonna throw an Icy Wind under charge. Maybe I can get one more Icy Wind. Hex, no way. I'm gonna go straight Icy Wind here. Let's see if they shield. They do not. Should have gone for Shadow Ball, but at least I can get to another Icy Wind before you get to another move. Do they shield this time? They do, just fine. I'm gonna let this go. This is a Rock Slide. Should take me out. I'm gonna come in with Machamp and then switch into Talonflame. So right now I have things aligned well enough, but he has a triple Shadow team, and these confusions are doing a lot. Luckily, he debuffed himself, so maybe my Machamp can actually take this. These confusions are still going to do a lot. Look at that. Luckily, he throws, which I think is a mistake. Should have actually gotten off an extra confusion, because that puts me in range to now cross-chop his Machamp. Wow. So that was a triple Shadow team. That was those confusions were hitting so hard. But yeah, luckily they threw there. I think if they would have just came confusioning down, I would have lost. I definitely want to probably take this out with Machamp, but at the same time, I know they have something that can counter the Flyers a little bit better. So it's probably best to maybe throw a cross chop, get a shield, and then switch into Drifblim as opposed to playing it out completely. So let's see what I decide to do. I might just try and farm down, but luckily they switched first, and that lets me align my Drifblim with the Gallade, which again, it counters Gallade pretty hard, but the confusions do chunk, so you got to make sure that you're aware of that, even though Leaf Blade and Close Combat are resisted. This is nice because now I can probably get an Icy Wind off on... maybe not. I'm gonna have to. I don't have any shields. This is fine because they have to throw, and luckily it's not enough. And it's very, 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 very difficult to much shot down a Drifblim if you're a Swampert. So typically, yeah, they would have a Flyer in the back because they're running a Swampert lead. Luckily, it's a Flyer that's also weak to fire. So at this point, this is a GG. One more Incinerate should do it. 2 more Incinerates, and I snipe it down with Machamp. Got to remind him, Machamp was in the back was there the whole time. So that's a good game. So I'm really liking this team. I haven't ran a new team in a long time, but now that Talonflame is part of the meta, I want to make sure that I try it out. This is a bad lead. What I should do is probably switch immediately to Drifblim and force them out and try to get their shields and eventually either land a Rock Slide or a Brave Bird. But decide to play it in a whole different manner, which is fine. I win lead, but I'm throwing now a cross chop on a Gengar, which is not good. I decide to switch immediately to not get farmed down, but Gengar outpaces Drifblim pretty heavily. This is not looking very good. This is not looking good. There's no win condition now, which is probably the reason I should have switched immediately into Drifblim. I could have saved my Machamp for this Empoleon, where now it's pretty much dead. And I'm trying to catch with the Machamp, but the switch clock is not up yet. So that's a GG. So definitely don't stay in the Dragonite, because the whole point of an AVB line is you want to draw out stuff that's going to counter your flyers. And because they had a Dragonite, they would have something to protect. That's probably weak to fighting in the back, as the Empoleon was. So next set, I think these are 3 sets. So we had a 4-1, 4-1. Let's see the next set. This is the last set for today. Drifblim lead is interesting. They're going to go for Icy Wind. So call the bait there. Luckily, they switch. And Drifblim hard counters this Toxicroak. So nothing Toxicroak has can hit for neutral or effective or anything. So this is a really good situation, because now I'm a little bit ahead on energy. But they don't bring out their Drifblim for obvious reasons, because I'm ahead on energy. I'll land a Shadow Ball on them. But they decide not to shield the Empoleon either. There's no point of baiting, because if they call your bait here, it's pretty demoralizing. Like right there, I had to anyways, but that's fine. So I have double Rock Slide here, which is rare to have a stacked Rock Slide. So that does a nice chunk, and now I can just come in and start incinerating down. Shield this Icy Wind, and I'm going to get my boost up. It doesn't really matter. This game's over. So that was it was kind of lucky that they switched out, because I was over farming with the Machamp. I guess I was trying to get to 2 Rock Slides anyways, and I called the bait on the Icy Wind at the beginning, so that was lucky. Because I'm pretty sure they built up to Shadow Ball. Another Machamp lead. I really don't like Machamp leads, because I don't know how to play them. So I switch immediately into Drifblim. I bring out their Obstagoon. Now, if you have an energy lead, you can beat Obstagoon just going straight Icy Wind and not even shielding, but it's very, very rare, and they have to not get the boost, and you'll survive with like a sliver, but you need to have like a 2 hex energy advantage. As you can see here, I'm outpacing it in health, and each Night Slash is going to do progressively less. And I think the next one doesn't KO. This might be one of the situations where I beat an Obstagoon with a Drifblim. I decide not to shield. This is it. Yeah, and the counters are triple resisted, so they cannot counter me down very easily, especially when they're triple debuffed. So as you can see there, I was able to take out an Obstagoon with a Drifblim, which is insane. I usually need like 2 hex ahead of energy. So I'm able to, okay, this is not looking too terrible. They have a bug steel type, so this is over. This is over. You can log out now. I feel bad. But, was that triple counter team? That was a triple counter team. Very nice team. I was blown away that Drifblim was able to counter Obstagoon there. Machamp lead again. So this is, again, I don't really have a game plan. Hopefully catch a cross chop here. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was trying to do last time, and I failed. Somehow went back switch. So here's the counter to my Firebird. So it's good that I baited out the Lapras now. I'm going to let this go. I think I can get to an Icy Wind. Maybe a Shadow Ball. Yeah, I can get to a Shadow Ball. Just go straight Shadow Ball. They might shield. That's all right, because it's not worth if they go for Icy Wind and they don't shield. Doesn't do anything. It's double resisted. Might commit to the farm down here. Yeah, so this at least gives me enough energy to go back to back on the Machamp. So I'm going to go back to back cross chops here. Have a ton of energy. I think I'm at 100 energy. What's in the back? They're going to try to sack the Lapras, maybe? No, there's a Snorlax in the back. And I have a ton of cross chop energy here. I have another one. I don't even think they got a lick through in that time. Wow. And then at this point, the bird is the word. Flame charge down. And one Incinerate should take out the Lapras. And that was a good game. So yeah, you see that line a lot too, Machamp with Snorlax and Lapras. So that's another reason you don't want to stay in the Machamp mirror, because usually something in the back is weak to Machamp. So this is a great lead. Let's see what they bring in. That'll decide whether I should go in with Drifblim or with Talonflame. Because it is obviously a Machamp, I'm going to go in with Drifblim because I don't want Talonflame getting one-shotted. I can tank a Rock Slide technically, and I go straight for the Shadow Ball. They call my bait. Oh, I did bait. See, Drifblim can tank a Rock Slide at least, where Talonflame cannot because it's double super effective. And let's see, I land a Shadow Ball. I'm just going to go straight Shadow Ball. There is no baiting today. It's going straight Shadow Ball. Do I get off an Icy Wind? I do. Drifblim is so great. I cannot wait to get a full XL one. I do have one ready, but I do not have enough XL candies. Because Drifblim with even more bulk would just be insane. I love using Drifblim. I use it in every single Ultra Premier team almost. Most teams I ran have Drifblim in them. It's just such a fun Pokemon. And it can flip so many matches because of that Icy Wind. So this is a good game. Excalibur does not want to see a Talonflame in the back. So let's get into the next battle. So against Taka. So facing a lot of good opponents. Previous legends, rank 10s from previous. So this is a Powder Snow, so it's not as terrible. I don't have to switch out immediately. If I did, I'd probably go into Drifblim. Just to soft counter. And I'll shield this Weather Ball. Could have been potential Side Shock. I'm going to shield again. So sometimes you commit the 2 shields on Machamp, but it's okay because you'll get them back. So that was the Side Shock. They switched. I go into Drifblim. I know I'm going to have to eat a Rock Slide here. But I'm probably just going to go straight Icy Wind at this point because I know they have to shield. And that way, at least have some play with my Machamp. This is a Rock Slide for sure. And then my Machamp, I can just go Cross Chop. They either shield or they're going to have to go down. Oh, one more counter takes it out. They're going to probably come back in with their Alolan Ninetales or what's in the back. Okay, Politoed, this is not good because it's going to destroy my Talonflame. I should have sacked there, the Talonflame, maybe. This is a GG. Unless I can land a Brave Bird. It looks like I clicked Brave Bird. Please tell me I clicked it. Ah, I overtapped. So that other Incinerate went through. I would have probably gotten that last Brave Bird off. And that would have been like a clutch win. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. That's it, right? All right. Well, I hope you like those battles. And hit the like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Say hi. Find me on Twitter at R2TheOldie. All right, y'all. See you next time.